Hello and welcome into the first ever segment of our daily bets. This is between Lucas and I. We basically talk about what we want to do, what bets we like the night before. He gives them all to me, and I will present them, or we will present them together. He has to work this morning, so unfortunately he can't be with us. This show, this episode, was brought up because we are working with Sharps app. It's a sports betting app where you can join a community. You can talk with others about betting. You can post your bets. You can fade, tail other people's bets. If you're interested in signing up, use code FANT, all cap FANT 429, or use the link in our bios and let them know that the bum sent you. All right, let's hop right into the player props. For the first one coming up, we have James Paxton over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 110 on FanDuel. So the reason I like this is because Cleveland has a 20% K rate versus left-handed pitching. They only hit 228 against left-handed pitching. Paxton's been throwing pretty well recently. His last four outings, he's hit this in two of the last four, but those other two he finished on the hook, so he finished at five, and he threw 6+ innings in those games. I feel like I got a feeling about this one. I feel like Paxton can get over that hump for this game. He had 8 or 9 his last outing, so that obviously completely clears this bet. So let's hope Paxton's got his A game on tonight. All right, moving on to the second play we have today. We have the Pittsburgh at minus 1.5 run line. That the odds are minus 122 for this one. And this is as much as this is pro Pirates, this is also anti athletics. Mitch Keller's on the bump for the Pirates, and if you've been following baseball, he's been pitching like a Cy Young candidate. But over Mitch's last five starts, he's 4-1, and all four wins were by at least 2 runs. On the season, Mitch only has a 1 WHIP, which is good. I feel like that will be in play today against the A's. The A's, if you know, the A's aren't very good, but every team wins, every team loses. But I feel like with Mitch on the bump, this team guy has to back their ace, has to back their guy. The Pirates as a team are off to a 4-0 start in June. They're hitting 282 with 18 RBIs in 4 games. It's a decent amount of runs. That's about 4.5. That's about 4 total runs every game. And Mitch has only given up more than earned runs in one of his starts. I think it was one in his last five. He's given up over 4 earned runs. So if the Pirates can keep this pace going with the bats, if they can, if Mitch can keep up what he's doing, I feel like this should be a smash play. I usually don't like taking minus run lines just because you obviously have to win the game. Not only do you have to win the game, you got to win by two, and that's a lot harder in baseball than a lot of people think. We see underdogs win all the time, but this is going to be my first back to favorite kind of play. And for our last of the props and our last of our single bets, we have a no-run first inning for Miami versus Kansas City. The odds are minus 128. This is really close to being a too juiced of a bet. Um, but these offenses and this pitching staff, or not pitching staff, the pitching duel that will be going on today has been historically pretty good against the first run inning. So Miami ranks 29th as an offense in baseball in first runs. I think their hit rate was something along the lines of like 78%, and they're 100% their last 3 games. So might be time for the tides to turn, but I like the bet I like the bet with statistics here. So 29th in the league. There's only 30 teams in the MLB, so that's one above last. And Jesus Luzardo. So flipping over to defense for the Miami Marlins, Jesus Luzardo is 7-1 this year on their run first innings. He's thrown against the Royals today. Royals haven't been a formidable offense since their World Series in 2015, 2016. And it's tough not to go with this matchup with these stats. I feel like this is a trap, but I don't think it is. Here we go. Let's ride with the first Nerfy of the year. And then for Lucas, he wants to give you guys something along the lines of a no sweat parlay. So right there it is. We've got Toronto money line minus 142, Mariners money line plus 120, Tigers money line plus 116. If you parlay all that together, it's about plus 900. These games, Toronto got blown out last night by the Astros. Manoa only threw a third of an inning, gave up 6 earned. But now they've got their ace this year. They got Kevin Gausman on the bump, and the Astros are throwing Hunter Brown, who's a young rook or young prospect, and should be a good game. Should be a pitcher's duel. But the Jays have some of the hottest hitters in baseball, some of the best hitters in baseball. Bo Bichette leads the Blue Jays in all hitting categories. He leads the MLB or the AL in average. He's top 5 in hits, top 5 in RBIs. He might actually lead the league in RBI or hits, excuse me. But I like the Mariners play here too. I love plus 120 dogs. It's great value. It's not too crazy. Nothing that you have to really worry about too much. Now the Tigers money line, that's going to be the one that we're more than likely going to have to sweat out tonight. But man, let's go Tigers. So if we parlay all that together, it's plus 874. Pretty good value. It means $10 will get you about 90 bucks. Let us know down below if you're tailing. If you want to see any of our bets, anything that we placed, head on over to Sharps. It's a sports betting app. You can communicate. It's like Twitter, but for sports betting only. Okay. Whenever you go over there, use code FANT429. That is all cap FANT429 to let them know that the Fantasy Bum sent you. And if you don't want to use our promo code, if you want to find an easier way, we have a link in all of our social media descriptions, all of our social media bios. So go check that out. Go download Sharps, use the promo code, help us out, help them out. You're going to become a better if you do this. All right. This is Nick from the Fantasy Bums. I'll be back at you tomorrow with some more picks.